Ancient Greek mythology offers a captivating tale about Narcissus, a handsome young man known for his captivating beauty. His story has been told and retold through the ages, serving as a timeless lesson on the dangers of excessive self-admiration. However, Narcissus possessed an all-consuming vanity, a love for himself so profound that it led to his downfall. His beauty, which could have been a blessing, turned into a curse because of his inability to look beyond his own reflection. One day, while quenching his thirst at a crystal-clear pool, Narcissus caught sight of his reflection. The water was so clear that it acted like a perfect mirror, showing him an image that he had never truly seen before. He became utterly mesmerized by his image, unable to tear himself away from its allure. The more he looked, the more he fell in love with the face staring back at him, not realizing it was his own. Days turned into nights as Narcissus remained fixated on his reflection, oblivious to the world around him. He ignored the passage of time, the changing of the seasons, and the calls of those who cared for him. Consumed by his self-admiration, he eventually withered away, transforming into the flower that bears his name, the Narcissus. This transformation was both a poetic end and a lasting reminder of his tragic flaw. The myth of Narcissus serves as a potent metaphor for the perils of excessive self-love. It warns us about the dangers of becoming too absorbed in our own image and losing sight of the world around us. It highlights the destructive nature of unchecked vanity and the importance of cultivating a healthy balance between self-regard and empathy for others. In a world that often encourages self-promotion, the story of Narcissus reminds us to look beyond ourselves and connect with those around us. Narcissism, derived from the myth of Narcissus, is a complex and multifaceted personality trait. It is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance and a grandiose view of one's own abilities and achievements. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies often display an exaggerated belief in their own talents and accomplishments, seeking admiration and validation from others. They crave constant attention and validation, using social media and other platforms to showcase their perceived superiority and bolster their fragile egos. While a degree of self-love is essential for maintaining a healthy self-esteem, narcissism exists on a broad spectrum. This spectrum ranges from relatively harmless traits, such as confidence and self-assuredness, to a clinically significant personality disorder that can severely impact one's life. Understanding this spectrum is crucial. It allows us to recognize that not everyone who exhibits narcissistic traits has a personality disorder. Some may simply have a higher level of self-confidence. However, when these traits become pervasive and inflexible, causing significant distress and impairment in various areas of life, such as work, relationships, and personal well-being, it may indicate a more serious condition that requires professional intervention and treatment. Grandiose narcissism, often referred to as overt narcissism, is characterized by an extroverted, dominant, and attention-seeking personality. Individuals with this subtype are often perceived as charming, charismatic, and even grandiose in their demeanor. They possess an unshakable belief in their own superiority and entitlement, expecting preferential treatment from others. Grandiose narcissists thrive on admiration and validation, constantly seeking to be the center of attention. They may engage in boastful behavior, exaggerating their accomplishments and minimizing the contributions of others. While their outward confidence can be alluring, it often masks a fragile ego that is easily threatened by criticism or perceived slights. Section 4. Vulnerable narcissism, the fragile ego behind the facade. In contrast to their grandiose counterparts, vulnerable narcissists, also known as covert narcissists, are characterized by hypersensitivity, defensiveness, and a deep-seated sense of inadequacy. They may appear shy, reserved, or even self-effacing on the surface, but beneath this facade lies a fragile ego that is easily wounded. Vulnerable narcissists are highly sensitive to criticism and rejection, often interpreting even neutral feedback as personal attacks. They may harbor feelings of resentment and envy towards those they perceive as more successful or fortunate. Their need for admiration is just as strong as that of grandiose narcissists, but is often expressed in more passive-aggressive ways, such as seeking sympathy or playing the role of the victim. Section 5. Narcissistic personality disorder. When self-love becomes destructive. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, is a mental health condition characterized by a long-standing pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Individuals with NPD have an exaggerated sense of self-importance and believe they are superior to others. They require constant attention and validation, often going to great lengths to maintain a sense of superiority. The lack of empathy exhibited by those with NPD is a particularly debilitating aspect of the disorder. They have difficulty recognizing and understanding the feelings and needs of others, often dismissing or devaluing them. This lack of empathy can lead to strained relationships, both personal and professional. Section 6. The roots of narcissism, a complex interplay of nature and nurture. The development of narcissism is a complex process influenced by a combination of genetic, environmental, and cultural factors. It's not simply a matter of one or the other, but rather an intricate dance between our biological makeup and the world we grow up in. Research suggests that genetics may play a role, with studies indicating a higher prevalence of NPD among individuals with a family history of the disorder. This genetic predisposition can set the stage for narcissistic traits to emerge, but it is not the sole factor. Environmental factors, particularly early childhood experiences, also contribute significantly to the development of narcissistic traits. The way a child is treated by their parents and caregivers can leave lasting impressions on their personality. Overindulgent parenting, where a child's every whim is catered to, can foster a sense of entitlement and grandiosity. When children are constantly told they are special and deserve everything they want, they may grow up believing they are superior to others. Conversely, overly critical or neglectful parenting can lead to feelings of inadequacy and a need for external validation. Children who are frequently criticized or ignored may develop a deep-seated need to prove their worth to others. Cultural influences such as societal emphasis on individualism, self-promotion, and the pursuit of success can also contribute to the prevalence of narcissistic tendencies. In a world where social media and personal branding are highly valued, the pressure to present a perfect image can exacerbate narcissistic behaviors. Section 7. Seeking help and setting boundaries. Recognizing and addressing narcissistic traits is crucial for personal growth and healthier relationships. Therapy can be an effective way to explore underlying issues and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Setting boundaries is also essential when dealing with narcissistic individuals, as it helps protect your own well-being while encouraging more respectful interactions. While change can be challenging, it is possible with commitment and support.